Hey, what's up, guys? This is Bombshell Rae and the Titus podcast. This episode is brought to you by Harrys.com. HARRYS.com. Promo code Titus to get $5 off your first order.
Harrys!
Now, here with the Armageddon update. This asshole, Christopher Titus.
Titus! I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. And I can see Armageddon approaching because I, with the stupidity of the ages, have decided to take on writing, directing, acting in an independent film. Yes, I'll wait for you to finish your eye roll, people. You know, the arrogance and narcissism, the flat-out, who the hell do I think I am audacity of taking all this on by far is the stupidest, craziest, most insane thing ever attempted by a high school failure. It is also the most fun and exciting thing attempted by this mildly retarded, anger issue-filled white boy. Pick something big, people. B-I-G. I wrote that all down in capitals. You know, after living on this big blue ball for a bunch of decades, after surviving a bad marriage and worse lawyers, losing all my money and basically starting over, the conclusion is that not only is this life tough, but it is short. And tough is short is only good for someone who wants to get into dwarf tossing. But it's not a great description for 80-plus years of your life on this planet. So not only did I choose to make a movie, it's also starring disabled people and it has stunts. And we are doing it for less than a third of what one episode of my old TV show costs. So I can see that two ways. Wow, you're going to try to make a 90-minute-plus movie for less money than it took to make a 30-minute show? You're an idiot, Titus. Or I can say we're going to make a full-length feature film better, faster, and funnier for less money because we are unstoppable and fearless. Yeah, see, one of those ways of thinking will make the journey a nightmare, and one will make the same journey feel like a foot massage. Every time I hear someone say, I can't do it, or, you know, I'll probably fail, so why even try? The feeling that rises up in me is sadness and anger for them. Why would you choose to be small? Why would you choose to accept failure without even attempting victory? So here is what the truth is about this mountain we have chosen to climb. Making a movie is impossible. You need millions of dollars, and we don't have it. The movie is edgy and wrong. It stars disabled people, and it's a comedy, something that hasn't been successful in the past. The writer is a guy who had a TV show 15 years ago, an aging comedian who is not as popular as he once wishes he was. That's one version of the truth. Here's the other version of the truth. We are making a movie that is going to be laugh-out-loud funny and is going to change the way disabled people are seen and perceived. A movie that will break new ground in comedy and what can be funny. Made by a team of people and comedians who have a combined 150 years of acting and comedy experience. That's a movie I want to see. Pick something in your life that is big, people. Again, all capitals big. Something that scares you, inspires you, and pushes you to change, improve, and inspire the world. You're going to die either way, and that is a guarantee. And at my funeral, you know what I want? Standing room only. I mean, except for me, of course. By then, I'm going to be fucking tired. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast with me as always to the right, looking tight, Bombshell Rae.
What's up, people?
In the background, Fetus. Oh wait, I sent him on an errand. So my assistant is now out on an errand. Take that. He'll be back at the end of the podcast, hopefully, with my son safely.
Do you mean hopefully?
I do mean hopefully because I sent him to pick up a
good
precious cargo.
Good
I did
point.
send him to pick up precious cargo.
I like that you don't consider him precious cargo.
His parents do. I don't.
Two children.
No one considers my children precious cargo, but I do because they're mine. I lost the ability to speak English for a second. I'm speaking very fast.
What happened to you?
I don't know. I think I'm excited about things, and when I get excited, sometimes I have a tendency to overspeak. My speech speedometer kind of cranks up a tad.
Your speech speedometer really is always on high anyway. So is your automobile speedometer.
You know, I'm going to stop that because a lot of people, when you talk fast, you sound like you don't know what you're talking about.
Or you're covering something
something suspicious. So I'm going to be a little bit calmer in my speech.
Are you covering something up?
Not at all.
From childhood, did you start to speak quickly?
Maybe? Oh, well, Everything. You did everything quickly in childhood because of my dad. If you spoke too slow, he got irritated and yelled at you. And if you ate too slow, he turned his laser on you eventually. Eventually, the drunky alcoholic laser would spin on you. You'd be sitting at the table, and if you ate slow, the hell are you eating so slow for? That's after he'd actually called my new stepmom fat and her kids idiots. Then he would
Charming.
So I went out of my way to eat quickly so I could get out. I'm done. Whap. Shwoom. What happened to that kid? See, at one point, your dad was drunk enough where you just wanted to get away from the table, and if you did it right, he didn't even notice you were gone.
I'm depressed.
Oh no, it was fun.
Think of it as fun.
It's almost like the Hunger Games except with family.
That still doesn't make it better. It didn't get better.
I didn't say it was going to get better. That's just how I lived. I'm a child. And when I was a kid, that's how I lived. You didn't live like that.
No, I didn't. We're all very sad now.
You guys had great times at the table. You guys read books and you guys had discussions about the world and politics and history. Not us so much. Well, history, history. My dad talked about history, but it was always a history of his ex-wife. You used to be 7 pounds less fat than you are now. You remember when you used to cook good? What happened? So he would talk about history a lot, but not world history.
Somebody said that to me today about their spouse being heavier now.
Yep.
20 to 30 pounds heavier.
Oof. That's a lot.
That's what I was going to ask you. And the phrase was, I didn't sign on for that. And I thought, what's your opinion on that as a man?
What's your opinion on as a woman? You marry a dude and he gains 30 pounds.
Okay.
In 5 years.
She has severe back problems and has, I think, had surgery or something. Something's going on that's severe.
Right.
Oh, that didn't do it for you?
No, I'm asking why does she have back problems?
I don't know.
What is she doing about it?
Maybe because she's fat.
Why are back problems making her fat?
Look, because when your back hurts, you have to lie in bed a lot.
And eat more chips.
No, you're just sedentary.
Or you can walk and maybe stretch your back out and maybe fix your back.
What if it's really injured?
What does that mean?
I think we know your stand on this. We can move on.
What's your stand on it? I gained, in the next year I gained 35 pounds.
Okay.
And?
I'm okay.
See, that's the noise you'd make. That's the noise you would make.
I'll take all the hair.
Don't steer.
That was Patton Oswalt.
I know.
It's not a steer. That's a tribute, Patton Oswalt.
So what do you think? I mean, what do you honestly think?
What do I think? I think that I don't know. I don't know.
I believe if you get married to somebody and you have committed your life to them, you have a duty. You have a duty to don't start laughing because I said duty. I mean D-U-T-Y, not like duty like poop. Poop.
Sure.
Then you said poop. I think you have a duty to maintain. Because you know what it is? It's false advertising then. So I married this smoking hot girl. Who basically made my loins tingle.
Ew.
All the time. You like it when my loins tingle. Yeah, see? So, and then she got married. It said, all right, you know what? I'm married. What can he do? Leave me? I'm going to put on 30 pounds. It's not acceptable.
What if she didn't just decide that? What if the woman, like you, something happened and you got hurt and then you're injured and then you need to rehab?
Why didn't she
something?
Why didn't she fix the problem?
I don't know. I'm speaking hypothetically about women in general in relationships with men. Don't men gain weight in relationships?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked you what you thought. Would you want me to be
getting
just fat?
very, very fired up, and it's making me uncomfortable.
Oh my God!
You know what would make me feel better? A bowl of ice cream.
Oh, see, this is not going to go well.
Waffles.
Yeah, waffles.
I like waffles.
You do like waffles.
With ice cream.
So you're telling me basically this is a warning shot across the bow.
Yeah, it is.
I am gaining 30 pounds.
Here I come. I'm ready for the
now
world.
That we're married, let's do this.
Come get on Big Mama, big boy. There's going to be a lot of that. I get to use all these catchphrases I've always wanted to use.
Don't worry. Just keep poking it in and it'll find something eventually.
Gross.
Big Mama. That's what Big Mama would say.
Big Mama would? How do you know? Oh, well, you know.
Because big, very fat people are every big fat woman is just covered in vaginas, really. If you think about it.
Now that you put it like that, that's kind of hot.
No, at all. At all.
Yeah, right.
I say some things that will be tweeted back to me. Sometimes I say things.
Every big fat person is covered in a lot of vaginas, is what you said.
I did, and looking back, I'm a genius.
I love
and
that
also,
you
I'm
laugh when
offended.
I repeat your
And I'm
joke
offended.
back
No,
like
it's
it's the first
the disdain. The disdain with which you repeat my jokes back to me is what bothers me. So,
I frankly think it's brilliant.
we are doing a movie, and I have to be honest. There are people here right now that are working on it, and I've had to hire people. And I have been in movies. I have been on TV shows. I have had my own TV show, and it was hard. Mm-hmm. It is nowhere near as hard as starting a movie. It is nowhere near. The writing of the movie was hard and easy compared to what we're doing now. To go deal with the unions and to deal with the paperwork and get it okay to film and this and that and these and those. And I have to be honest, I'm a little shocked. How am I going to make it through this?
Xanax.
No,
No.
I can't. I have to act and direct. No.
Pinot.
No, I can't. No.
Vaginas.
Okay. All right.
Well,
That'll keep me calm.
this is what I told you the other day, is that you choose something big. So, like, when anyone chooses anything, so, like, this is a dream of yours. This is a long-time dream
It's
of
a
yours.
decade. Special
Yeah.
unit is a decade.
Even more, because you already were dreaming of it before you did the pilot.
Right.
And I just think that you can be stressed and pissy and annoyed with everybody throughout it, or you can empower the people around you and choose to be really present in every moment, because this is it. This is the best it'll ever be, and it's perfect, right? Every moment is perfect. It's like, this is your dream. You're in the middle of your dream.
You just give me the lecture I gave in the Armageddon update.
You're ruining it.
You ruined the whole process.
You've made it all crap.
Okay, so we're doing a comedy, guys. Especially due to the Fairness and Disabilities Act, the LAPD has to hire 4 handicapped undercover detectives. I play a character kind of based on Nick Nolte's mugshot, and we will. And basically, I have to turn them into cops because my ex-girlfriend, who's now the mayor of Van Nuys, is basically stating that I will make these people cops or I will be fired. I'm also kind of a dirty cop. I've been taking protection money, and so anyway, it's kind of a, and we actually have. Wow, this is going to sound weird. We actually have a funny school shooting in it.
Yeah, you do.
Now, I know a lot of people are hearing that and going, "Oh my God, how are you doing that?" We actually did. I wrote this scene in the movie where basically the handicap people, the mayor makes them cops. I actually force her to make them cops finally. Because I get who they are. I'm kind of a bad guy for a long time, and then I get who they are. So she makes them cops, but with a caveat: they can't be cops. They have to go speak at schools, and so they go speak at schools. And during the time they speak, so they don't get hurt. So the mayor can keep, doesn't have to deal with, oh my gosh, handicapped police officer got shot. Except they go to the school, and there's a drunk father shows up with a shotgun, a guy going through divorce, to get his kids, and they take him down. It's great. It's really good.
Aren't you giving it away?
No, I don't think so, because it's not one of those scenes you go, oh, Titus, you told us that really funny school shooting scene. You're going to have to see it. You're going to have to see how we made that funny.
Okay.
Are you in this podcast today?
I'm not sure.
You don't seem to be
I'm a little
aware.
confused.
Yeah, about?
I just worked out. I feel a little tired. I'm feeling a little
shaky?
Shaky.
You ain't looking shaky at all. You looking tight.
Are you sure you like me? I only got one vagina.
Well, I mean, yeah, true.
Don't start. It's like you're looking
You're not
at me.
covered.
You're doing a possible alternative vagina assessment,
Yeah,
which I am uncomfortable
just
with.
fat rolls turn into a bunch of. You could look
I
at.
feel
them.
like men do that all the time when they look at women. They're just making the possible alternative vagina assessment at all times.
What do you mean alternative vagina assessment?
Well, where else could I stick it? I think a lot of men think that, and that's weird.
Yeah, but women look at fruit and go, "That's a cucumber."
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we say that's a cucumber. Right?
Yeah. Look at the size of that thing. You know where that could go?
Ew.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What are you even thinking?
About what? You're the one who's saying that you
In a salad.
Why are men always women are just as dirty and just as filthy as men are?
Yeah, but we're better at hiding it.
That is true. That is
Actually,
true.
I would argue we're not as disgusting as men. I would argue that.
Why?
I'd like to hear people's opinions on that.
Where do you think why don't you think you're more disgusting?
I just think that that's just my opinion. I think that women aren't quite. You tell me that all the time. Men are disgusting human beings, right? I think that women are capable of thinking of other things.
Like what other things are there? Work, food, sex. What else is there?
Yep. There you go.
What else is there?
Nothing.
I didn't think so. When you take your long hair and you put it across your lip, you look like you have a mustache.
You're welcome.
And like Caitlyn Jenner, it makes you a hero.
Don't even get me started.
You're a hero.
I think you know.
No, you're
this
a
is
hero.
like my trigger word.
You know Caitlyn Jenner is a hero.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, hero.
Okay.
Hero.
I'm sorry. Okay. So all he did was slap on some boobs and some high heels, and he's a hero. I did that. I'm not a hero. I'm not a hero.
No, you're already a woman. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right. No, that's
what
would make
on,
you a woman.
Get
a
the
hero.
heels on and push the boobs up.
That's the best part.
That's
He
your
he
job.
cherry picked, so to speak. The two best parts of being a woman was expensive high heels and boobs. It's like it's our little
Right.
like icing on top of being a woman.
Right. So
because
he's
a
smart.
lot of the rest of it sucks.
So he's a smart hero.
No, I would argue he's not smart.
No. So why isn't he not a hero?
Why isn't he not?
Why isn't he not? Why isn't he not? Why isn't he not? Why isn't he not? Never been no hero.
Well, let me tell you. I think I just told you because he's not really a woman. Like you don't get to say that you're a woman and then be a hero.
He identifies as a woman.
I'm sorry.
And so he does that now.
Okay, you don't identify as a woman.
No, he does.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
He's felt
not
like a woman
hero.
his whole life.
Until, I think I have said this, until you go into the bathroom and it's like a horror scene from a B movie flick from the 80s and you have faced and stared death down the pipe and then some man knocks on the door and says, oh, can you get back out here and finish dinner for the 22 people that are here for Christmas? You're not a woman. Sorry. You know, most things that women go through, any other animal in the wild would be put down for, and we're expected to then drive kids to school, pick them up, go to work, have dinner on the table, do the laundry, clean the house. I mean, like, give me a freaking break. Oh, hero, my arse. You know what else? Let me say something else, because I have something else to say about this.
About the hero? About Bruce Jenner, the hero? By the way, he would have been a hero had he not run over that car and killed that person. Or pulled them out from the... He's a hero.
Whatever happened to loving yourself for who you are? So that used to be a thing in the world.
My dad took that.
I know you don't have that. But, you know, like that used to be a thing. Like you should learn to love yourself for who you are and find beauty in who you are instead of being dissatisfied with who or what you are.
Right.
Right? So
well, you think that's it.
That's a prevalent theory, I would say.
Right.
Ideal. What about Rachel Dolezal? The chick that was in
She identifies
Northern
as black.
She identifies as black. She ran the chapter of the NAACP.
Right.
She curled her hair. She tanned a lot. She raised a black son. She married a black man. And she colored herself basically black. And then took on a job for an oppressed people, trying to help promote an oppressed people and calling herself one so that she in turn was oppressed.
Right.
But that's not okay.
So basically she had to deal with, she actually was so serious about identifying as black that she took the twisted weirdness that black people have to deal with all the time, took it on. She is a lily white girl.
She's a lily white. But everybody had a problem with that. They said you can't identify as something that you're not, and they treated her like she was crazy and she was sick and she got fired, she lost her job, she was shamed, she was made fun of. She's not a hero.
Yeah, well, you're right. She's not. No, she's not. She's not a hero. Why would someone white want to be black?
But why is she not a hero?
Well, because she's obviously crazy. She's identifying.
Not only that, she's also
she's
a woman.
identifying as another race.
She identified as like the most oppressed person on the planet, a black woman. There is no group of people that is more oppressed.
That's a bad choice. I would not go to Vegas with her.
No.
Don't hit on 20. What are you doing, Rachel?
Whatever I want to say about women, black women, holy shit.
Yeah, they have it tough.
They have it tough and overcome that. But she's not a hero.
That's a valid point. So what you're saying right now is because Bruce Jenner identifies as a woman, he's a hero. The media jumps on it. He's a hero. But Rachel Dolezal, who actually literally took the pain of an oppressed race of people that have been held down for 500 years, then decided to not just act like it, not just dress like it, but actually went and ran an NAACP chapter to help lift those people up. Mm-hmm. She's a psychopath because she identifies as black, and Bruce Jenner is a hero.
And all he did was put on high heels.
And we killed someone. Somebody killed him and got
know.
away with it.
Well, we don't know if he's totally away with it, but I do find the timing coincidental. Make him a hero, and then he goes to court as a woman.
Your point is valid. I like your point a lot.
And technically, could they put him in a... They couldn't... Where would you put him? All women's jail? Wouldn't that be nice for a man? If I have to go to jail...
Wait, he didn't... Okay, so...
I'm a lady.
It's a good
A lot of
doing,
that
girls?
going to be happening in court.
How you doing, girls? Caitlin. My name's Caitlin. Sorry about that. I still have some mad tendencies. But I identify as a woman.
A lot of that.
A lot of that.
What are we going to do? We're going to have transgender jails now?
Yeah. We're getting to a weird area, aren't we? It's all weird. It is. So when I say pick something big in the Armageddon, don't pick getting boobs and wearing high heels.
Boobs. I like the way you say boobs.
Boobs. Don't be getting them boobs. If you're a man, be a man. If you're a woman, be a woman. If you're black,
sorry. I'm sorry for what...
That sounded wrong.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant if
sorry,
you're black, sorry for what the white people have done to you for so many years.
Thank you for that. That was nice.
Not sorry you're black.
It.
Sorry for the oppression that you've dealt with.
So I want to talk about something. You know, it's interesting. We went to a thing. A friend of ours took a thing called Landmark Forum, which we have taken. We've talked about it. It's really a good thing. It changes your life. It gets you the power to actually kind of grasp what you've done with your own life, the mistakes you've made, how to get past them, how to get over them and move on. It's not political, it's not religious. And a friend of ours took it, and we went to her final night. And I'm sitting there on her final night, and she's all pumped up. She got a lot of stuff cleared. Her thing with her parents got cleared. Her thing with men got cleared. She's on fire, isn't she?
She is on fire.
She's on fire. You worked out with her.
Fuego.
She's en fuego. What's she doing? What she decided to do?
Well, I'm not going to share personally her choices, but I would just say that she is in fuego. She's very excited about possibly, like, she's, it's like those people come out of those courses and they have light coming off of them, and then you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. And they start calling you on your stuff, and you're like, damn it, I shouldn't have signed
That's why I told you to do this, so we would have a same conversation on that. We could both talk the same language. And now that you've done it, you're calling me on crap that I like to do.
Damn it.
Yeah, you creep.
But definitely she is seeing possibility instead of feeling stopped in all areas of her life. She's excited about life. Like the people that got up at the microphone, everyone said, how many people said, I'm alive for the first time ever. I am alive. Like because they had this massive breakthrough, this opening in their lives, and now they're excited to be alive. And it's just a tiny little perspective shift.
Right.
Of going to that course. It's what you already have in you. It just helps you to see it a different way, and it just changes everything. I got my family out of it, friendships with my family, relationships that I didn't have, which is pretty cool because you think about that. I had my mom, and we were very close when she got stage 4 cancer, and that could have gone a very different way.
Yeah, because you weren't when I first met you, and you took it and you got it back. You're right. You weren't super close with her.
Right.
Yeah. I'm same with my dad. Before I did, me and my dad were having fist fights. I took the forum, and then maybe the last 5 years of life, we were best friends. We were like, I never laughed with anybody more than my dad because I got him. He never changed. I didn't change him, but man, did I see him differently. And this whole thing with perspective shift, that's what I'm saying, people. When I was doing the Armageddon update, I took on this movie, and you don't know how many times I was sitting there going, I got to raise money, I got to get investors, but I'm getting this done. And I would stress. I just would stress all the time about it. And it's not, I'm a loser. I'm a failure. And then one day I got, no, I'm just having fun I'm in the process of it. And I pulled the trigger and I picked the date. We're starting on February 15th. Pick the date. And when I picked the date, that's when everything changed. Because and I meant it. There was no more moving it. We're done. I took my comedy schedule. I hollowed it out a little bit so I had some time to shoot this movie. And you know what? I got really excited. And once I did that, and we started moving, and we hired a guy, and this and that, and whether we can afford it or not, and the investors are coming through, I had to call them today and ask them to put money in the bank, because we're going to start pretty soon. You know what they said? All right, see you on Tuesday for the meeting.
You totally expect people to go.
Yeah. I was kidding. Sorry, I didn't say I was going to do that because of my past. And you know what they said? All right, we're bringing our checkbook. See you on Tuesday. And so we're doing this movie. It's crazy. Now, just to be honest, you have to take. What are you willing to do to get what you want? That's another thing too. You have to think about that. because I'm not getting paid on I'm deferring everything till if the movie works. If the movie sucks, you know what I'll have? A sucky movie in my own, of a DVD copy of a sucky movie that sits in my house. If it's good, though, I could actually do okay.
Yeah.
But either way, I did what I said I'm going to do.
Right.
And I picked something big. And because I picked something big, I get up every day ready to do something. And now, and you, doing stand-up comedy, when you decided to really do it, how did it feel?
Scary.
Yeah, but you avoided it for a long time. Weren't you ever pumped up about it?
Yeah, well, I think the most pumped up you get about stand-up comedy is when you're on stage and you finally say something that means something to you. You're not just trying to get over, and you declare something, whatever it is, or however weird it is, or something, and they laugh, or they applaud, or they get it, and it's like heroin. What I imagine heroin to be like.
You've never done heroin?
Hell no.
All right. You know why?
Why?
Because you're a hero.
Yeah, I am.
With boobs and high heels.
Yeah, I am. Super awesome.
So pick something big, people. I'm trying to figure out what they said in the forum. Help me with this. You help me. I need you to help me with this.
Here.
All right. So in your life, whatever you're doing, and this is only because I've gotten such a rush out of doing this that I want you guys to have it too. First of all, you could just you don't have to listen to this podcast. You can just go take the Landmark Forum. It'll help you. They do it all over the world. It's great. Look it up. I don't get anything for getting you on it. They don't advertise. I don't get anything. I just know what it's done for me and you and everybody else that we know that's taken it and stayed through the whole thing. You got to stay through the whole thing.
Yeah, don't quit.
That's the weird part. People spend the money, they go do it, they sit there for 3 days or 2.5 days, and they don't go the last day.
But that's the one thing that you have to get. It's whatever's coming up for those people that make them leave. That's the moment. That's the one thing, if they stuck through, that they would get this big breakthrough.
Yeah, because I panicked in it. I almost left.
You did?
Yep, I almost left on the forum, and then I did the forum because something was. I don't know why. I just started to have this weird panic attack, and then they started talking about life is empty and meaningless and this and that, and I got it. They were talking about how many of you feel like a failure. Just as I was about to leave, the forum leader goes, "How many of you guys feel like a failure?" And everybody raised their hand. He goes, "Okay, we're going to talk about failure and success when we come back." And the guy that I was talking to during the forum turns around and goes, "Are you okay now?" Because that's what I needed to hear. It was interesting how if you stay long enough, it'll work out. But we're just talking about something right now. I'm saying that there's a difference in your life between picking something that you can do. You know, I'm going to work today, but we have a friend right now that's going to work all the time, and he's a great guy. He's a brilliant guy, and he doesn't have a future to live into, so he's unhappy. Great job, great life, great marriage, great everything. And yet he feels like, quote, he said this to me at lunch, "Is this all there is?" And I said, you haven't picked something big enough yet. You know, they talk about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King picked something big, and it was scary for him. Basically, he said, I'm going to march and march and march, and I'm going to stand up against oppression, and we are going to change the world. And everybody went, yo, you're crazy. Shut up. And he kept doing it, but the idea was big enough for people to jump on. So if you're out there, don't pick a small idea. Why? You're only going to be here 80-something years. Or
well, that's what makes a difference. It's choosing something bigger than you, and the first 10 people you tell, they're going to laugh.
In your face.
Or say, you can't do that.
And your parents your parents are definitely going to mock you.
Right. But if you think about when Martin Luther King first had that plan, and you think about the response that his friends, you know, because we're the same. We always have been the same. He had the friends that were like, dude, why don't you just have a beer? Just chill. Like, you're a little
can't
too
change
intense.
It anyway.
You're a little too intense.
Yeah, can't change it. March where? How far is that? I'm not marching.
Fire hoses, say you?
Yeah.
Fire hoses.
And dogs. We're bringing dogs and fire hoses, and we're just going to sit here and not do anything?
Yeah,
no.
that's going to make them change.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Sure, that'll change
that's the
racism.
best plan I've ever heard.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Gandhi. You know, it's the joke I did in Norman Rockwell's Bleeding. You know, Gandhi said, all right, the Muslims and the Hindus are killing each other. I'm not going to eat until they stop. Well, thanks for swinging a big bat there, little guy.
Right, but think about that. Why would that make a difference?
But he picked, I will stop war in my country. That is not, I'm going to build a IKEA shelf. That, you know, you got to pick something. So I said, with no...
Although, building an IKEA shelf would, yeah.
To some people, that would be enough.
their stuff is hard.
Ar-
It's all like
around this country.
the
There are,
flirkin. When you were putting together the flarkin.
I did the glurkeflak.
Yes.
Oh my, the glurkeflak took me forever.
The instructions, I swear, it's a joke. It's a prank. Someday IKEA is going to come out as like a comedy house. They've been pranking people.
And you know when
7 extra screws.
when I built that Bluka Flurkin Nerkin, that thing, man, the door was on upside down. Ugh.
That's the joke, man.
I think I had some parts to something else. I also had a glark in it, and a glag. The glark and the glag are supposed to go together, but they will also go with other stuff.
Yeah. The Gershlarkin.
Just go on. We should just go film people and interview them at IKEA pronouncing names of stupid furniture.
We're the assholes, though. I really feel like that's it's rhetorical. I don't have to say that, but
that we're the assholes
of course, everywhere we go, in every situation that we're in. I was just thinking about, because your sister, Shannon, married a Swedish guy named Stefan, and we would go to their house every year for Christmas Eve when they lived here. They live in Sweden now, and his family would come, and they would serve traditional Swedish food and drink, and you and I would walk around basically doing that same bit. They had a drink that we called glurg.
Yeah.
And we would only ask for it by the name glurg.
Yeah.
Like, we're assholes.
Yeah.
But just sometimes that's impressed on my heart to say, and we can move on now.
I think that if we're in their country and we're giving them traditional American foods, they're going to go, "Can we have some potato chips?"
But that would annoy me. That already annoys me when you do that. And I would say, "Hey, we don't all sound like that."
You don't all sound like that.
See?
Yes, you do. I've seen the TV.
I'd like to apologize to your sister and her husband.
What are you drinking?
Because I'm drinking a Glurken Glarken. It's a Flurken Flurken.
So you're still doing it.
My friend Amber made this for me. It's a Flurken Flurken. It's green. Do you see all that? It's just piles of, I wouldn't even say it's a drink consistency. I would say it was more of a spackle or paste consistency. Mm-hmm.
She basically kind
it's green.
Made some sort of lawn clipping paste, and you're drinking it.
It's lettuce and spinach and celery and lemon and some other things, and you grind it up. And
your colon looks like the Museum of Modern Art.
Yeah, it does.
And it's just super clean and white and sparkly.
Oh, yeah. I got a nice colon. You want to see?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
I've only got one vagina, but my colon is pristine. That was a girl.
What happened to our show today? Didn't we try to do an inspiring show about picking something big in your life, capital big, something that scares you? You know, if you want to fly, I'm getting a pilot's license by this day. If you want to be a race car driver, I will have a racing team in a year.
There's your key: distance, time, and form.
Yeah.
Pick a date. Choose goals along the way.
All right. If you're really overweight, I'm going to get rid of some of these vaginas. So in a year, I will be down to 12 as opposed to the 30 I currently have.
Somebody's just going to shoot you.
Why?
Because you're just wrong. You could run, though. They can't chase you. I can't. This drink won't. It doesn't drink.
What are you doing? Like, you're not even on the podcast. You're actually, guys, she has taken apart a Starbucks cup.
I'm excavating
trying to
at this
figure
point.
out. It is turned into whatever Bondo is at the bottom of this thing and is locked up. So she had to take the lid off. Now you're going to tilt it up and it's going to pop in your. It's all going to slide down at once and hit you in the face. That's what's going to happen.
It's definitely the consistency of
Bondo.
mortar. It's we could build a house with this, a very green house. It's good for you though. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to make me super sparkly.
What's wrong with this podcast?
What's wrong with you, man? What's going on?
I'm a little chilly. I've been doing acupuncture.
But I'm weird.
No,
Go ahead. Tell me
acupuncture.
more.
So I lay down. My doctor is from Korean. Does not speak English.
What's his name?
Ko. Dr. Ko. Ko. Ko.
Is that what you call him, or
no?
is that
That's
really
actually his name, Dr.
Does
Ko.
he come when you call him?
He said, famous in Korea.
He told you he's famous?
In Korea. I know, very well known in Korea. So I go in. I'm having the shoulder problem. I go in, and this dude, I'd never done acupuncture. My buddy Marshall, back east, the doctor, swears by it. So I go, and I do it, and I bought the package. I don't know why I upgraded to the platinum package, because I didn't want to just get one. I go, how long? He goes, he told me, I said, my shoulder hurts. And he goes, that's a circulatory problem. I go, what? He goes, your circulation is bad. But your heart is weak. I go, my heart is not weak. I actually, EKG said, no. EKG and weak heart, two different things.
Probably tells everyone that.
You probably think so.
They're probably like, I have excessive gas, and he says, it's a circulation problem.
You really?
Put needle in same place.
Every time.
Every time.
He hasn't, though. He hasn't. That's the thing, is that he keeps moving the needles around.
So you get naked.
Underpant. Got the underpant on.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts taking needles and flicking them in my back, which is fine. It doesn't hurt. And once in a while it does. Once in a while he got one in like near my spine, and it went tink, and I said, "Oh!" It felt like someone had just pounded a nail.
Are these new needles?
Yes, these are new needles. No, he goes to a junkie, basically get together, kind of a junkie jamboree, and he collects their old needles.
Where can I get tickets to that?
Rinses them off, and then uses them for his patients.
How do you know that they're new needles?
Because I see him, and they're in a sterile thing. He rips it open every time.
Oh, he does?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then that would be the weirdest thing ever. Just some, open that drawer right there. There's some needles. Yeah, just stick those in your back. So he flicks them back, and now I had my my as my.
What do you mean by flick them?
I don't know. It feels like he goes dink. I don't know.
Like he sits across the room like a javelin.
No.
with a needle. And
Get ready, gonna throw now.
Bink.
Bunk. No, he actually stands and he puts it in. He spins it and he goes. What? I think he flicks it, like he flicks it in. You know, you can thunk somebody with your forefinger.
I'm aware. Yes, I'm a fan of the thunk.
I like the thunk. I like the noise it makes. So it does that. Now I probably have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 8 to 12 needles in my back, 2 in each foot. On my heel, my Achilles is. He started putting them in the top of my head. Now
What?
I have 3 needles on each side in my head.
Hair loss.
And I have 4 in each shoulder. And then I lay there with the heat lamp on, and I have to be honest, it's really weird. When I get done, it feels like I was drugged. It also could be probably could be a fight or flight response that your body just goes, "We got needles in us! Just calm down, everybody. Just slow our circulation down. It's going to be okay. We're not going to die." Maybe.
Ironically, you're getting a circulation problem from the acupuncture. Can we really just get to what's important in today's world?
Well, yes.
2 things. Twofold. Sarah Palin is back.
I know you were so happy.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't watched the video.
We're going to kick asses' asses.
Oh, my God.
Go kick asses' asses.
Oh, my God.
Man, Donald Trump. Let me ask you.
When did she get so screechy?
At what point do you think, I'm Donald Trump, I'm leading in the polls to 12, 15, 18 points. How do I take it over the top? I know. Let's get the person that basically cut John McCain's nuts off in the last election to help. Doesn't that make any sense to anybody at all? That she is actually even involved in the campaign, and her speech was shrill and weird and disjointed.
She's very shrill, very banshee-like. She actually at one point used the phrase "jihad up on your head." What?
We're going to bring a jihad up on your head.
Why? Why was she? Why? Why do we even let her have a podium anymore? Why are we filming it like the retarded kid? I don't get it.
That's what you should. By the way, just so you guys know, Bombshell the other day said, you know what? At one point, it's just mean. It's like laughing at the retarded kid once and then keep putting him up at the talent show, not to be part of the show, but just to laugh at him. She said we're actually treating Sarah Palin like the retarded kid.
We are. Nobody
who's got
takes
too
her
much screen time.
And a bump it. She's rocking that bump it too, man.
Still wears it all the time.
That woman, I don't even know. It's like she's the reason that I created that joke that she is to women what the KKK was to black people.
Yep.
That woman, I mean, she just, I can't even.
Why do you think that she's still popular?
She's not. Is she popular? See how upset I got at that?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I think so. People clapped, went a little crazy. Although they kind of booed her too. She started saying something. They started going, "Ooh!" And she just kept talking and got louder.
Asses.
And then they clapped again.
Oh my gosh, that woman was considered to be second in command, and she's saying phrases like "jihad up on your head" and "ISIS asses."
Gonna kick ISIS asses.
That's good. Let's put her in charge of foreign relations. That's good.
So as a country, watching Trump succeed, watching some of these people, the clown card that the GOP is, and honestly, Hillary is that the best we got on the left too? Really, Hillary?
Oh, I know.
Sanders is at least a good man, but he's 1,000. I have very little faith in our country right now. I always have faith in the people of our country, but those people seem to be cheering these idiots, and I think that's where I'm losing my mind. How is Trump still at 38 points? How is Ted Cruz, who's even worse, second? Don't you think that our country's losing its intelligence?
Yes.
Like in a way that I haven't seen ever in my life?
Yes.
I didn't go to college, and I'm smarter than most people that are at a Trump rally, including Trump.
My second favorite moment of the week was him reciting the Bible in front of Liberty College.
Oh, guys, you guys got to look this up.
2 Corinthians. Hey, you got to look it up. 2 Corinthians.
Hey.
You got God and Jesus and a ghosty dude. You're going to love and you're going to bring it down all over the manna in the heaven and boom.
And this is the whole deal right here. This is the whole deal. This is the big, what do you say? This is the, he call it,
That's
this is
the whole...
not shebang. It's the whole shebang. It's the whole shebang right here.
I don't think you should ever say shebang or boom when you're reciting the Bible. You shouldn't bounce up and down like a mafia dude. You shouldn't say 2 Corinthians because maybe when it came up on the prompter, you had seen the phrase 2 Corinthians in your lifetime and you knew what it was. Maybe you should just know, right? 2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians. Let me tell you, 2 Corinthians walk into a bar. Boom!
Hey.
And one of them said, is that a ghost? I don't know. We got to go.
Go to church, pay the vig. If you don't, Holy Ghost gonna rough you up. Boom.
I think that he is. That's where they booed. That's what I was watching when he said 2 Corinthians. People.
He's
at
at Liberty College.
Liberty
it's a
Christian College. You got Liberty University.
I don't even understand. Whatever.
What are you going to do about Trump?
What am I going to do? I don't know. I mean, there was a point where I was pretty thankful that he was running because that was fun. My favorite moment prior to 2 Corinthians, boom.
But fun
was,
like an Andy Kaufman bit.
Talking about John McCain, and he goes, well, I prefer a soldier that didn't get captured. Boom. And I was like, that was the best moment of television history. But I thought it was a joke, and I thought he was going to go away, and now I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable.
It feels like Andy Kaufman or Tony Clifton is hung into a bit too long. You don't know who that was. Andy Kaufman did a character named Tony Clifton, who's the most obnoxious lounge singer in the world. And that's what Trump feels like. It feels like Tony Clifton has finally lost his shit and decided to run for president. I hope we get smart. Because right now he's winning. How do you think Trump could do the nuclear button?
Oh my gosh. I can't even. Him, Palin, I can't.
Boom! Oh, I didn't mean to hit that.
My mom said today about that statement about John McCain, she goes, well, I kind of prefer a guy that actually served his country.
Yeah, right.
And
nice.
didn't get handed everything by his father. And I thought, oh, that's a good point.
Dad gave me a small $1 million loan. I made everything after that. Did I tell you what they figured out that the guys on Wall Street figured out? If had Trump not invested in anything, had he just taken the money and put it in the stock market when he got it, that he would be worth $11 billion instead of $6 billion. He actually did worse than he made more money, but he actually did worse than he would have done had he just left the money in the stock market and done nothing. It's amazing.
Boom, I did that.
We're kind of off today. Did you feel it?
I don't know.
We're
I don't
a little
know
slow.
what's going
We're
on.
a little slow today.
You're slow.
We're missing Fetus.
I think I'm fairly
I think
brilliant.
Fetus adds something to it.
Hey.
I think he does. Hey, Fetus, back. Pull up a chair. We need you. We've actually killed this podcast.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope it's okay.
Did you find the precious cargo?
I did. It's been delivered. The package has been delivered.
Good. All right. Good. He had to go to mathnasium. My kid has math issues. Let's leave it at that.
He was reading a car magazine when I got in, though.
Oh, good. All right.
So,
good. There you go. That's good.
Okay.
All right. He has his car issues, but he's not going to be a hero. Let's just say that. He's not going to be Caitlyn Jenner and be a hero.
I missed something.
What are you, a hero?
Do you think Caitlyn Jenner is a hero?
Is a hero?
Absolutely not.
Why?
I think it took courage to do what she did, but I think that she's still a bad person.
You know what courage is? Courage is when you accept who you are and you make that the best thing you can be. We were just talking about Rachel Dolezal, too. Rachel Dolezal actually decided to identify as black and then took it further, started running an NAACP office and married a black guy and raised a black kid. And yet and as Ray said, she's crazy.
Yeah, I think Caitlyn Jenner is a bad person, regardless of gender.
There you go. Regardless of overall, as part of the human species, we could pretty much.
Oh, but you said you do think that
She's strong.
I mean, it just takes something to, decide that publicly you're going to commit to what's socially kind of not looked down upon, but it's considered strange. And that takes something, but I don't think it makes her a hero any more than I don't think she should be considered a hero more than someone who goes and risks their life for this country.
There you go. Very nice. Oh, say, can you see? Anyway, that's all I know.
Oh, I thought you were
I only that's all I know.
You're funny.
So what we were talking about, we were talking about picking big things in your life, and I was talking to you today about this. So we were talking about how a lot of people live a life that is unfulfilled. They live unhappy. They live upset, and they don't pick big things. And I was talking about the movie. Like, I'm scared to death doing this movie, and then I changed it to I'm not scared to death. I'm excited as hell. I've never been more excited. Same exact feeling, except one has a little bit of wee in it. The other one has like oh shit in it.
Yeah,
I
they're
just
very
took-
similar.
Yeah, I took the oh shit out of it, and I got wee. And I was telling you today, like, you guys don't know that Fetus was raised in this tiny little small redneck backwoods bumfuck country town. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. And he decided he wanted to make movies. So he goes to film school, gets done with that, and then, and I mean, literally the farthest point, almost the farthest
Yeah.
point from
Where I live.
from LA.
Diagonally
You
across the
literally,
country.
you literally went for and he went all the way across the country on his own, got his own place, lived with bed bugs for how many months? Several months. Worked for his company, slinging just camera. Even he wanted to be in show business so bad, he was working for a company that rented like camera stuff and lights. He wanted to just be close to it. So big dream, big idea. Wants to direct movies, and now he works here, and we're doing a movie.
It's cool.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But you had this other thing. When did you decide I'm going to do this? And did you give yourself time to do it?
It was my senior year of college, and I talked to my roommate Kyle, who I went to college with, and we just decided that we've made some shorts, and we're like, we want to do this. This is what we want to do with our lives. So we took the summer until August to make some extra cash, and I went home and figured everything out, like settled things with family at home. And then in August, we had a set day no matter what we're
And where
moving
you
out.
live, settling things mean greasing up and wrestling, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You
wanna wrestle?
You want to wrestle? Yeah, well, we're going out till late. Well, no, you ain't.
Do you guys?
You ain't beat your daddy in a wrestle yet, so we're going after. If you beat me in wrestling, I'll let you go to the old people where there's a lot of heroes.
Meet you down by the watering hole.
Yeah.
Do they panty wrestle?
That was Elvis. Oh, Red Sonny, we got two 16-year-olds and they got panties on. Time for wrestling.
That's exactly what it's like. It's eerie.
I was doing Elvis. I was Elvis Presley. So, and you came out here and
No job, no apartment, no anything. We just moved out, packed our cars.
How did that feel, man?
It the same way this feels. Exciting, and like, oh shit.
Yeah. So, guys, pick something big in your life. Capital big. Capital BIG. Pick it. It's got to scare you a little bit. If you go, yeah, I'm going to do that. Like then my next comedy special. Like I'm doing another comedy special in April. This is my 7th. It's big, but I've done it. We produced the last 2. I'm going to do another
There's
one.
less uncertainty there for you.
That's my job. It's my
Yeah.
job. It's what I do. Okay, but say, all right, Titus, you worked on it. You're executive producer TV show on a TV show. Now you're going to do a full-length feature movie that goes in theaters. Oh, by the way, you're going to do it without Warner Brothers or Paramount, or you're going to do it with your little company.
It's starting to freak me out.
I know, right? Like more the further we go, and so as I started to get a little upset by it, and then I thought, no, that's amazing. We pull that off. That's crazy, and we're going to pull it off.
Yes.
And now I'm like, wee. Now, Bombshell on the other hand is like, we're not. What are we doing? When did this happen?
I'm good. It's some more. You're up and down. You're here. You're there. You're Willie. You're Nilly.
But that's part of the ride, though.
I don't know who I got.
So here, okay, I just got something. If you pick something big, you're going to be up or down. If you pick something small, you're just going to be down. All you're going to do is live in this. Is this all there is?
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is my platform.
My platform is built out of the bars. So just in
Titus
case
2016.
just in case when the opponents come on, they can fall through it. Yeah, who are you running against? Nobody. They died on my platform. the man with no name speaks. All right, ready for news?
It's the inner retard to most people.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by Harry's, harrys.com.
Is it Harry's again?
It is Harry's.
Let me talk to you about Harry's.com.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you, these razors is So, okay, first of all, Harry's.com has many blades in there. They own the factory in Germany. In Germany, those people make really cool stuff. They make really cool stuff. They did some bad stuff in the 30s and 40s, but since then, they've become these experts at making metal stuff and shaver stuff. And so Harry's.com has a factory, and when you shave it, woo-wee, it shaves you closer than a baby's butt has been shaved. If you would ever want to do that, who would shave a baby's butt?
I don't know.
That's a hairy baby.
That's a baby named Larry. That's and you don't see a lot of those anymore. But
Wah! Wah! What's wrong with the baby? Wah!
I don't want that baby.
Well, get
ever.
that Harry's razor and shave that baby's butt. Let's do this.
I hate the baby Larry. I don't like him ever.
Wah!
No, I don't like it. Great thing about Harry's, like you said already, they cut out the middleman. We talked about this product, man. We love this product. It's 2016. I feel like it's time to start this. They're going to mail it. They ship it to you. It's free shipping, which I think is awesome.
And I will say this. Today, I got in the shower, and my Harry's razor was sitting up on the thing in the shower, the windowsill of the shower. It's been sitting there. I was gone. I left it here. It's been sitting for 8 days because I haven't shaved. And it's been sitting for a while. And that blade's been in there for like 3 weeks. And I thought, it's going to be bad, because my other razors are bad. Took it, feel it. I'm not kidding.
I'm gonna
feel
feel it. I know, it's crazy. You always
can't
make.
even get-
Fetus is running over to feel it.
I can't even get a little on it. I'm like rubbing my face right now on the mic. I
know.
can't get a little. I can't even get it. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not bullshitting you. Harry's razors are by far the best. I have switched. I don't even go. I used to go to Costco and I buy the big pack.
Yeah.
I would buy Costco, they have this big Mach 3 pack and you get 30 razors for $50. And that's the Costco price. 30 blades, and not razor. There's no razor handle. It's 30 blades for $50. And now I just get Harry's, and they show up at the house. 3 blades, and if you order right now, guys, you get $5 off. And
Promo code Titus, $5 off your first order. And so, I don't think that Harry's loves to discount stuff because their prices are already so low. But there's a special offer that you guys know that they do for us. They're going to give $5 off your first order. Promo code Titus. So stop overpaying for a great shave. I don't feel like you get a great shave other places. Start the new year off right. Go to harrys.com, HARRYS.com. Promo code Titus. That was good.
Harry's razors, like shaving a baby's butt.
Wah.
Wah.
Larry smokes.
Larry,
Baby Larry.
He's a baby, and he's got a grandpa that smokes so much, and he spends a lot of time with him.
Yeah. The man. Okay. Well,
And now, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News.
I forgot to cook last week or the week before or something. And
Someone jam you up on it?
Yeah, no too happy about that.
Wow.
The man that was hired by the city of New Orleans to remove 4 Confederate statues, I didn't know that was happening, but that's pretty cool, has had his 2014 Lamborghini Huracan. What's a Huracan?
I don't know. I think it might be some.
It actually sounds like an autistic person saying hurricane if you say it the other way.
What?
A hurrah in a hard.
Hurrah in a hard place. Boom.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really well.
That was
That's why he edits and I write the comedy
Ah,
edits. Go ahead.
good. Thank goodness.
Nice. Fetus.
It's a hurrah in a heart. It's like he's got vaudeville jokes that you want to go boom right after.
Say 2 Corinthians.
Good evening, ladies and germs. I'm waiting for that next. He's ignoring us now. He's over us. He's
mad.
over us in less than 6 minutes. Anyway, they set fire and burnt it down. His hurricane.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
because he
man.
had to remove the statues. He of the Confederate soldiers.
Yeah, they symbolize the city hired him in Baton Rouge to remove the monuments because they symbolize Confederate history. You cannot, if you go and look at the picture of it, it's really sad. The only way that you can tell what it was is that the rims remain.
Wow.
It burned down.
I think, and that just makes their point that the South they were not overreacting. The South was totally right in their way. I think burning someone's car up because they're moving statues that represented a time in America that racism was rampant and people wanted to died and to keep their slaves. I think it really shows that they've come a long way. The Confederacy, that now because the guy's moving a statue, getting paid to do a job, they burned up his $250,000.
He was just the contractor that they hired. and he had it painted really cool. It actually had a name, Psycho Hurricane. You could see it around town. Now it stays in the same place.
Well, now I'm glad they burned it down. You don't. Again, doing any customizing a Lamborghini is like putting breast implants. Oh my God, he custom painted it too. Putting breast implants on a woman that already has breast implants. You just drive the Lamborghini. It's enough.
I like that idea.
That's what happens when you give Bo Duke a Lamborghini. That's what they did to him. He may actually maybe a Lamborghini club may have burned it down. It may not be the Confederacy. They may have went, oh my God, look what he's done to his. Let's take. We cannot have that driving in Baton Rouge.
Once they hired him to do it, he started getting death threats. His whole family. You know who else is getting death threats? Is Steve Harvey for his
Why?
Miss Universe accidente. You
Death
know where
threats?
he crowned the wrong woman and then
from that country?
yeah, death threats. Because people have a lot of free time.
Guess what nobody's threatening death about? The
war?
water in Flint that's killing kids.
Trump.
Trump. No one's death threatening about
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
Although you were accused of death threatening. See
yeah.
how I made that a verb? Death
Very
threatening.
nice.
Thank you.
What are you doing? We're doing some death threatening.
Hey, we go down there, we death threat them.
2 Corinthians. If you read 2 Corinthians.
That's what it say. Boom.
It's the
the
whole
ghosty
shabizzle.
guy. A chick left a party in shorts and a tank top, and it was sub-zero temperatures. This was in Milwaukee. I like this story because this actually was where we were on Friday, and you may recall how cold it was.
Right. Minus 28.
It was, well, that was Minneapolis, but it was brutal. It was so cold. The guy from there just told me they just tipped over zero again. She was in a tank top and shorts and went to a party, and they found her frozen to death outside of a Milwaukee home after she left the party in shorts and a tank top. She was just dead on the sidewalk.
Wait, she walked out of a party with it just died.
The temperature was -1 with 22-degree wind chill.
He's asking if he can get on.
Oh, please.
Got something to say.
So
Please make
this
this
happened
good.
to a student when I was in college. Something similar to this. When I at the school next to me, Syracuse University, someone got drunk and they fell in a snowbank and no one found them and they froze to death.
She was drunk, too.
Yeah.
So they
So
say...
it's a common thing.
According to the National Weather Service, skin
natural
can
selection.
freeze within a minute of exposure to wind chill temperatures between -20 and -72. So in less than a minute, your skin can freeze. And you
Yes.
can't walk. Hard to walk when you
And you
got-
see, it's crazy because in the winter you see girls wearing and guys too, but for that matter, wearing what they would be wearing in the summer anyway, and it's ridiculous.
I don't get that. We went outside. I was mad. Like, it's kind of cold that burns your face off. Your face, and you're like, I am pissed off instantly. I feel like someone has lit a match under my nose. Everything hurts. How do you wear shorts and go out? Do you get used to it, Psycho? Fetus, do you get used to it up there?
A lot of people are acclimated.
No, yeah, I mean, you get used to it being bone-chillingly, mind-numbingly cold all the time.
But how cold does it get where you're from?
20 below.
20 below.
Well, my house is 20 below with no wind chill, and I went to college in a place that's it would only get 3 below, but effectively 30 below with wind chill.
I can't even fathom this.
When we were in Minneapolis, the morning that we were leaving to go to the airport to come home,
Yeah.
it was -28 with wind chill, and my dog, Chaplin, went to pee, and the pee froze in a little icicle on the end of his dinger.
Yeah.
And he looked at me like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, he was like, what is going on?
It was brutal.
Mom, I got a pea sickle. What are we doing?
It was brutal. And then just walking from there back to the car, remember, like our skin hurt,
angry.
my face.
It was angry. I was
then
angry.
the two idiots, he's getting in the front seat, I'm getting in the middle door on the SUV, and we both jump into the car and bang our big melons on the frame of the car, and we both get in going, shit, God.
We were we both hit our heads on the
But
head.
you get desperate.
You feel it in the insides of your nostrils, right? That's where I
Yeah.
always feel it the most.
I think it was a basic fight or flight. We were
Yeah.
trying to get out of it. So we run into the car and we jump into the
It's the
SUV and
worst.
just banged our heads off
we-
the roof. We're idiots.
We got big heads.
We got large noggins. Noggins. More
Incentive to
noggins.
move to LA.
More noggins. Big
You
hood
got
noggins
huge
bigger.
noggin. Hilarious video shows Star Wars fan dressed as Darth Vader accidentally impale himself with his own lightsaber.
Saw it.
No.
Yeah, you can
What
watch the
happened?
video.
What happened?
Did you see this?
Well, do you know what
Of
happens
course
after
you
that?
did. Of course you did.
Yeah.
Oh, please,
Okay.
carry on.
Okay, so
He has a buzzer on his phone. That if anything Star Wars related comes up,
Not-
or Harry Potter, it goes ding, and then he checks it.
that's not true, but I if someone has
Do
that
they have
app,
that?
if that's an app, can someone please tweet that at me?
By
So
the
I
way,
can-
have you seen the new Amazon thing?
No.
Where you can now order from Amazon have you seen it?
Yeah.
Of course you have. Because the tab. So you get a Tide tab, right? And you just, magnetize that to your washing machine. You get a, Lemon Pledge
Yeah.
tab. Stick that in your pantry where you keep. And when you run out, you push the button on it and Amazon drops
Reorders
it off.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
But you can get all different tabs for different products that you would use,
Like
and
a
just
clicker?
keep. It's
It has
just
a-
got a button on it. And it looks like a little Tide
Yeah.
logo, and it's tiny. And then you just hit the button. It sticks on the wall or the shelf or whatever.
I'm really pissed when people bitch about the world. I really get mad when people get mad about the world now. We live in the future. I've said this before. You can just
Or
hit
the present.
You can hit us. No, we live in the no. This is we live in the. It's not the present. We live in the future. There's going to be a day this goes away, and people go, where are you from? We were from the future, and then you guys fucked it up. Everything was great. You could just hit a thing. You could run out of cookies. You could go in and you hit the famous Amos
Oh,
cookie
I
button.
need the Oreo button.
And the Oreo button,
please.
click, and this company on a drone on a tiny helicopter dropped cookies off at your house. That's where we live now. That's crazy.
But just to add to that Star Wars video
Please
thing,
do.
so there's like a crowd, and like this guy in the Darth Vader costume is all set to fight this other guy, and his lightsaber comes out the wrong way, hits him in the nuts. He falls on the ground, and then a dog comes up and starts trying to hump him.
No.
True story. And he's trying to push the
Oh,
dog
yes.
off him, and people are watching, and it's just all.
He's out there cosplaying, and hoping to get laid, which is really just sort of an empty dream.
That is not a math equation that works.
Sealed.
Not always.
Sealed the deal. Dog. Not always.
Not ever.
Ever. There you go. And then he gets humped by a dog after he stabs himself.
That's what I'm
with his
saying,
own
not always.
lightsaber.
Did
It's
he
like-
actually go into him and impaled him on it?
I mean, it's just a plastic lightsaber. He was expecting it to come one way, and it came the other way.
It's
and
just
hit
a
him.
great
So he
video to watch.
hit
Yeah.
him. It
Yeah.
popped out and hit him in the nuts.
Yeah.
That's bad Darth Vader.
Then he falls, and then the dog humps him.
Yes.
Wow, that
Just
sounds like-
insult to injury.
I gotta say, for bullies, it was a good day. I watched it
And then
like,
the
yeah.
guy
Told
who's-
you he was a dork.
It's like bully porn. I was like, yeah.
And then it's not even like if they're in the middle of like an empty street. There's like a crowd watching them and
Oh.
stuff, and like you watch, the crowd is just shaking their heads like this is the worst fight that ever happened.
Here's the thing: if you're gonna get dressed up in a costume, at least for
a really
God's
bad
sakes,
costume.
you're already crossing a line for most of us. In your free time, you dress up as an imaginary character and dance and fight another imaginary character. Okay, you're already kind of crossing a weird line.
I think
a
it's
little
kind of
bit.
cool.
Okay. All right.
kinda
Okay.
cool.
My point exactly.
Yeah, okay,
My point
fair.
exactly. But then to not do it well,
That's
to
where I
to
draw the
literally be like the dorkiest wrong. Like, you're already way deep. You're knee deep in dork at that point. To actually then go all the way.
He's been knee deep in dork before.
What's worse though? What's worse, that or someone who actually takes like sword fighting lessons so that they can lightsaber like a boss when they're like? What's worse? What's more dorky to you?
You pay someone to teach you how to.
Yeah.
So you want to learn how to fight with a sword like old school, like the like
I took broadsword fighing lessons when I was younger.
So
in
you
camp.
could lightsaber better.
I mean, no, but it was a pleasant side effect.
Oh man, I am so.
I would go LARPing in a second.
I know.
I would, and I'm not ashamed.
If she
to
was
say
gonna,
it.
if she was gonna cosplay, what character would we put her as? She would be.
Wow, well, she could pull off Wonder Woman probably.
We could pull off Wonder Woman. Yeah.
I've always wanted to be. I was
You
Wonder
could
Woman
pull
when I
off
was a
Wonder
small
Woman.
child, all
What was-
over my couches and everywhere in my
Did
living
Wonder
room.
Woman have villains like Batman did? Did he have like specific villains? Because Batman's got the Joker.
Yeah,
Did Batman have specific villains?
She was an Amazon, so she had like. I didn't read the Wonder Woman comics. I'm a Marvel guy, but like she had villains.
So we need to plan
I don't like the Marvels.
We
It's
need
weird.
Marvel
Actually,
comics.
yes, indeed.
Oh my
I
God,
actually
DC
know better.
comics,
I don't
100%.
like that.
I would not in a million years.
I
Marvel
like to
comics.
be a
Jesus
part of a
Christ, what
group
are they
that doesn't
doing?
have
They're
sex.
backwards.
That's what I like. I don't
Alright.
like to have sex.
I like. So we have to pick our. If you're going to go Wonder Woman for Halloween,
I wanted to do it last Halloween.
then I got to find an identifiable.
Or you
villain.
could just be
I'm
Batman.
gonna need
and
some
you could be,
giant blue underpants with
You
stars
could just
on
fill out
them.
the Justice
'Cause
League.
those things look like a diaper.
No, I want to go as a villain.
Abbott and Chaplin could be Superman and Green Lantern. I
Our
don't
two
know.
dogs would be the Justice League. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Who's he?
Justice League. You have like the Flash.
No.
He wants to be a villain, of course.
I don't know any Wonder Woman villains. They're
Okay,
obscure.
but wouldn't Wonder Melon? Would Wonder Melon? By the way, that's the villain I'm going to be.
Wonder
I'm
Melon.
just going to hollow out a watermelon.
The Melon Lord.
And cut out, what are you? I'm Wonder Melon. Leave me alone. She's Wonder Woman. I'm Wonder Melon. I'm a brother. I was retarded. Wonder Woman's retarded brother. Wonder Melon.
Oh,
What are you doing? Nothing. Just going to stand here. But there's crime. I know. I see it also. That's all he has. What superpowers do you have? I put a melon in my head and I eat the inside of it.
I like that guy.
I go through 2 melons a day.
2 melons a day.
I do 2 of them.
I do have a list of. Some
I put
Wonder-
a full melon on my head and then I spin it around and eat it as I walk through the world. That's my They say, what's your superpower? I've eaten many melons.
All right, I like that guy. I'll
Woman
take
doesn't-
him on any day.
So you looked at villains.
Yeah, I got some Wonder Woman villains here, and most of them are just females.
I'm not surprised. As
Yeah.
a woman, I am not surprised. Of course, your villains are females.
And there are a lot of Greek gods in here. Like, here's Ares, the god of war. She fought that guy.
Yeah, what does he look like?
It's a dude.
Just a guy in a toga?
No,
Oh my God.
he's got armor.
That's the lamest villain I've ever seen. Look at that villain. It looks like
Oh, yeah.
you know what he looks like? He looks like a life-size version of the alien that used to take on Bugs Bunny. That's what he looks like.
Marvin Marsh.
I will fight you, Wonder Woman. Who is it with you? It's Wonder Melon. Oh, I will also fight you, Wonder Melon. I don't fight that meeting melon.
I think one of her most reoccurring, longest-running
He's
enemies
confused.
is a lady named Cheetah, which is just a woman with cheetah fur and a cheetah tail and claws.
I know why she's mad. I'm just saying, why are you a villain? You know, what Wonder Woman kind of sucked, actually.
I beg your pardon.
She did. She didn't have any good villains. The only way to be a great superhero is have a great villain. Lex
Have a
Luthor.
great rack. And
That's true. Lex Luthor and Superman, Batman and the Joker. You know, Batman had a couple of villains.
Spider-Man and all of his villains.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. What was the one they did in the first Spider-Man movie?
Green Goblin.
Green
and
Goblin.
maybe
Dr.
she killed them
Octopus.
all. Like maybe they're not very good superheroes because their villains all have lived forever.
True.
Any dead villains?
I don't know if she actually killed them. I don't know if that's her thing.
Maybe she did.
Maybe. I don't read
I
Wonder
would say the
Woman.
superhero who
I
has the
think
same villains
Wonder
100
Woman-
years later sucks.
Wonder Woman is out of her mind. She actually look at my
She's an
invisible.
Amazon.
Look at my invisible plane. Really, wow, dude.
She's
dude,
schizophrenic.
dude, I'm dating this chick, right? And she came over. She's
Huge-
hot,
huge
smoking,
underpants.
smoking hot though. She keeps talking on our plane. I go, let's go fly in your plane. So we go out to the airport, and there's no plane there. She goes, it's there. It's invisible. And I was like, oh my god, another crazy one. I slept with her, but Jesus,
See, and that's why men are worse than women.
out of
That's
her
my whole
mind.
point.
She also
You
has
wrapped
the
it up.
rope that
Right.
men
It's a
can't
lasso.
break out of. A lasso that
Man.
Golden lasso.
men cannot break out of. That's
Yes, she does.
yeah. It's
Yeah, the way she looks, I don't think I knew, guys. I'm trying to get out.
oh no. You're right. I just can't get out. Sorry.
Can't get away.
Nope.
Guess I'm gonna have to stay here and watch you in your underpants
Giant. They're huge. I think we can all agree.
and your gold.
She was working on a
boob
fupa.
plate.
Just a little bit of a fupa happening there. But it was sexy. It was like a good, nice, curvy fupa.
It was a superhero fupa.
For sure.
With which also the old Superman did. The first original Clark Kent had he
did.
definitely had a fupa. Those pants were like, wow, dude.
Robin's Air Force Base takes down flyer advertising the Martin Luther King fun shoot. This was in Warner Robins, Georgia.
That's really a bad name for it.
Martin Luther King Jr. fun shoot was what it said.
No,
They were going
That
to do it
sounds
to
like-
honor.
you're gonna
Martin
shoot
Luther King.
Martin Luther King.
Sounds like an awful carnival game.
Yeah. Yes, it does. But and it's only in Warner Robins, Georgia, which is one of the worst gigs I've ever done. ever in my
Robin's
life.
Air Force Base has now taken down all the signs and decided not to hold the fun shoot and apologize deeply for offending anyone.
Didn't someone have it? This is what bothers me. Didn't someone have any? I'm not even talking about being PC. I'm talking common sense.
This had to go through like 5 people,
no.
at
Yeah.
least.
Especially
guy
with
said
the military.
It was an honest mistake to which we've personally counseled the parties involved and will provide them with remedial training and appropriate oversight to prevent this sort of inattention from occurring in the future. He
Hey.
basically called him a retard.
Yeah, basically. Do you think it's okay let's call it a Martin Luther King fun shoot? Doesn't Bob doesn't sound like we're shooting Martin Luther King? No, we're just shooting for Martin Luther King. That's not you putting on the thing, though. Let's just put it up, see what happens. People are dumb. How are people this dumb? It bothers me. Then again, Sarah Palin's up on the stage again. So there you go. I don't understand. We need an Extinction Level event. I'm back to that now. We need a large something to go horribly wrong.
Can we wait till after the movie's done?
Yeah, let's wait till the movie is done and made a lot of money so we can build the bunkers. We have to get the money to build the bunkers to survive the Extinction Level event. Okay, I'm with you. All right, guys. Titus Podcast. I'm glad you made it back. Thanks for getting the kid here on time. Appreciate it.
It was fun.
Nice job, I'm sure. Well, he had to ride with
if
you. I'm sure he was losing his shit. He was like,
Titus, this Friday and Saturday in Pleasanton, Tommy T's. Next weekend, the Friday through the Sunday, we are going to be in Houston at the Improv. Also, if you want to get in touch with us, follow us on Twitter at Titus Nation, at Ray Ray Bradley, or on Facebook, The Real Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast, or Bombshell Rae.
And guys, we talked about the movie. If you want to donate to the movie, we are really on a ragged budget. If you want to, you've listened to the podcast for years, you laughed. If you want to donate to Special Unit, go to ChristopherTitus.com, go on the donation button, and anything you can use will go right to the movie. Trust me, we've been doing budgets for 4 days. Everything you donate will go right to the movie.
Throw your name in the credits. You'll be able to see it. Show your grandma.
Yeah, for anything over every $20, your name gets in the credits. If you want to do it, but thanks, guys. Thanks for the support for the years of it, and I can't believe we're doing it. This is my passion project. I'm in love with this movie. The script is really funny. The rewrite.
Yes.
I want to say that Fetus lies to me. He reads the first version. He's like, "Oh, this is great," and then I wrote a real version. He's like, "I got to tell you, that last version kind of sucked. This is really good." And I'd like to thank Peter Farrelly, one of the Farrelly brothers. Got Michael Aronoff, a guy in the movie, got the script, got the pilot to Peter Farrelly somehow, and I got a call from Peter Farrelly, and he asked me to read the script, and then he tore the script apart. One of the Farrelly brothers, Dumb and Dumber Farrelly brothers, destroyed the first script. But because of that, we now have a movie. So thank you, Peter Farrelly. All right, guys.
Right.
I'm out. Do me a favor. Also,
Houston, 29th, 30th, 31st.
We're in Houston, Houston Improv, 29th, 30th, 31st.
Then coming up in February, we're going to be back in Wichita at the Crown Uptown Theater.
Wichita!
February the 11th. And then this is all Valentine's Extravaganza weekend. On Friday the 12th, we're going to be in Lincoln, Nebraska at the Rococo Theater. And then Saturday, new date added for the 13th, Valentine's Night Out, is going to be at Fargo Theater in Fargo. Obviously.
We're going to Fargo in February?
Yeah, when we were in Minneapolis and it was negative 28,
stupid.
we had people come up to the merch table and the girl goes, "You think it's cold here? Wait till you're in Fargo in February." And I thought, what?
You're dumb. By the way, this summer, we're going to be touring the equator. July, we're going to be in the hottest places on Earth. Come to our August 1st Gobi Desert show. It'll be 135 in the shade. I'll be there wearing a sweater. I'm Christopher Titus. For myself, Bombshell Rae, and the Fetus. Later.
Peace out.
See ya.
That was pretty good. He's getting better.
Yeah,
at that,
and we missed the
actually.
one earlier today. Okay, back to the grind. We got to grind.
It's not a grind. This is happy.
Oh, that's right.
All I hear from you is wah.
Yeah, wah.